Programang ito ay rated SPG. Striktong patnubay at gabay ng magulang ang kailangan. Maaaring may masiselang tema, lengguwahe, karahasan, sexual, horror o droga na hindi angkop sa mga bata.
Mga kaibigan, may good news para sa lahat. Kung gusto nyo nga makabasa ng mga balita tungkol sa Mindanao, wala nang iba kundi ang Mindanao Examiner newspaper. Mindanao ang sirkulasyon, Mindanao ang balita. Ang Mindanao Examiner sa Basilan, Sulu at Zamboanga. Gumawa na rin ito ng mga independent films at ABP, audiovisual presentation, at may photography at video services pa. Bisitahin po natin ang kanilang website sa MindanaoExaminer.com o tumawag sa 9925480. Marami pong salamat. Kaya natin to.
Alright mga kaibigan, isang magandang hapon sa lahat ng ating mga tagapakinig at sumusubaybay sa Radyo Mindanao Astig. Ito po niyo balingkod, Alasinto, at sa oras naman tayo magkasama-sama upang pag-usapan mga kaibigan ng iba't ibang issue, mga kuro-kuro opinyon. At ngayong araw ng Huwebes mga kaibigan ay muling naglabas ng pahayag ang Malacanang na wala silang ebidensya mga kaibigan tungkol dito sa inilabas ng Pangulong Duterte na so-called Oust Duterte Matrix. At ito hindi lamang ngayon mga kaibigan, actually the other day pa dahil hinihiling o hinihingi ng mga media groups at ng iba pang mga tao na isinasangkot sa di umano'y ouster plot laban sa Pangulong Duterte ang nagsabi na dapat ilabas ng Malacanang ang kanilang mga ebidensya dahil iniuugnay sila mga kaibigan, pati yung iba't ibang grupo ng media, yung Rappler, yung Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, yung Vera Files, pati yung National Union of People's Lawyers mga kaibigan. Kaya naman hinihiling nila, sinira ninyo yung aming pangalan, yung aming grupo, yung aming organisasyon. Asan ang ebidensya nyo? Yung ngayon sinasabi ni Presidential Spokesman Salvador Panelo na wala talagang hindi na daw kailangan maglabas na pang ebidensya dahil hanggang ngayon mga kaibigan ay purely hearsay. Itong matrix na to. Ang problema rito mga kaibigan, inilabas ng Pangulong Duterte yung matrix na nag-uugnay sa iba't ibang tao tungkol dito sa pagpapatumba kay Pangulong Duterte. At ngayon ay nilinaw nga ng nitong si Panelo na isang kilalang abogado na wala naman talaga sila pinangahawakan. Sabi pa nga niya mga kaibigan, mayroon pang araw nagpadala sa kanya mula sa text message sa cellphone yung matrix na yun, parehong-pareho doon sa inilabas ng Pangulo. Hanggang doon na lang tayo mga kaibigan, di ba? Wala tayong magagawa dyan dahil hindi natin alam kung ano ang laro nitong si Pangulong Duterte. Basta sa kanya, pag merong pumuna sa kanya at critical sa ginagawa niya, programa niya sa kanyang pamahalaan, mumurahin niya to at sasabihin mga pakana ito ng mga Liberal Party. So yan ang nangyayari mga kaibigan. Yan ang malungkot na katotohanan. Katulad nung narco-list, mga kaibigan, di ba? Inilabas ng Pangulong Duterte yung iba't ibang mga pangalan na nasa umano yung mga narco-list. Pero wala namang mga demanda laban sa kanila. Inilabas yung narco-list sa kasagsagan ng pangangampanya, sa kasagsagan ng campaign period. Pero in the end, wala naman talagang walang nakasuhan. Wala sinampahan ng kaso. At ultimo, itong mga nakapangalan nagsasabing, nagdi-deny ng anumang koneksyon dito sa listahan na inilabas nitong si Pangulong Duterte. Hindi naman sinabi ni Duterte kung saan galing to. Yung mga nasa narco list, except at one time sinabi niya ito'y galing sa iba't ibang law enforcement agencies, sa iba't ibang intelligence groups ng militar, ng pulisya, ng NBI, lahat. Pero ang dapat dito mga kaibigan ay kumalap po na sila ng matibay na ebidensya at saka sampahan ng kaso. Yung mga sinasabing nasa loob nitong narco list, pero wala so yan din ang nangyari dito kay Panelo. Nung sinasabi niyang wala silang maipapakitang ebidensya na nag-uugnay dito sa mga media organizations, sa mga abogado, sa kung sino-sino pa mga tao, sa ouster Duterte matrix. Sabi ng Malacanang, hindi na raw kailangan sabi ni Panelo. Dahil sabi niya, yung ouster plot labang kay Duterte, talagang hindi naman talagang yung matrix, hindi naman talagang mako-considered na isang criminal offense. Kasi itong pinapakita lamang yung existence ng alleged plan. Pero wala yun ang sinasabi. Kaya naman yung National Union of People's Lawyers na iniuugnay dito sa naturang plot, tinawag na astonishing and even atrocious na itong pahayag ni Panelo dahil wala talagang maipakita. Yun na makikita nyo kung gaano katindi itong si Pangulong Duterte. Ang problema rito na-publish na sa mga pahayagan, na-discuss sa mga radyo, na-discuss sa telebisyon, itong matrix na to. Pinagmumura na rin sila ng mga tagasunod itong si Pangulong Duterte. Pero wala na tayong magagawa. Di ba? Kaya naman yan ang katotohanan mga kaibigan. At sinabi naman ng ibang grupo na itigil na ni Panelo at ni Duterte ang pagkakalat ng mga fake news. Ay nako. Di natin malaman mga kaibigan kung bakit mga ganito nakaraan. Wala namang ganito. Pero siyempre kailangan mapakinggan natin mga kaibigan yung magkabilang panig, yung panig ng mga inaakusahan at yung panig na nag-aakusa. Ganun lang ka-simple yan mga kaibigan, di ba? Kaya naman marami ang nagtatanong kung bakit ganito. Wala tayong magagawa. Pangulong Duterte yan. Siya ang Pangulo, siya ang Presidente. Binoto niyang mga 16 na milyong katao yan. So, just talagang kailangan maging mapagmatsyag tayo mga kaibigan, di ba? So importante yan. At sa iba pang balita, merong lumabas ng mga pahayag mga kaibigan at mga balita sa pahayagan, sa radyo, sa telebisyon na nahuli na ng National Bureau of Investigation ang isang lalaki na sinasabing nag-upload nitong totoong narcolist videos. Itong si Bicoy, mga kaibigan, di ba lumabas sa mga balita to sa TV, lumabas pa nga sa Facebook, social media, na may nagpakilalang Bicoy at inakusahan niya ang Pangulo at ang pamilya, ang mga anak nito na involved sa illegal na droga. Kaya naman nag-alok yung Malacanang si Pangulong Duterte ng 10 milyon para para dakpin itong si Asierto ng dating Bureau of Customs na sinasabing involved sa droga. Pero Ang akusasyon ni Bicoy ay yung Pangulo. Yun ang kanyang alegasyon. At nadakip na nga ito. At itinanggi naman ng Pangulo, itinanggi ng mga nasasangkot itong lahat ng alegasyon na nilabas itong si Bicoy. At yung nag-upload dito mga kaibigan sa social media ay naaresto na. Pero medyo tikom pa ang ang bibig ng ating mga opisyal dahil iniimbestigahan na itong lalaking sinasabing nag-upload ng video nitong si Bicoy. At matindi ito mga kaibigan dahil itong akusasyon ni Bicoy grabe. At yung Pangulong Duterte iniuugnay itong si Bicoy sa mga oposisyon doon sa mga taong ayaw sa kanyang paninilbihan. Gulo-gulo. Ang gulo-gulo. Itong si Asierto, 10 milyon ang inilabas ng Pangulo dito bilang pabuya sa sino man makakapagturo at makakadakip dito kay Asierto. Pero ang dami pang ang dami pang mga big time drug lords ang dapat din bigyan ng pabuya ng pamahalang Duterte upang madakip din. Di ba? Si Peter Lim, for example, hanggang ngayon hindi pa nila matagpuan kung nasaan na sa Peter Lim. Di ba? At yung mga drug lords dyan sa Bilibid, kahit nakakulong na, patuloy pa rin yung pagbebenta nila ng droga. Kaya tignan natin kung anong sasabihin ng ating pamahalaan, ng NBI, ng iba pang law enforcement agencies na involved dito sa pagkakahuli kay Bicoy. At kanina lamang mga kaibigan ay nagkaroon ng press conference itong si Justice Secretary Minardo Guevara at nagkaroon ng press briefing. Pakinggan natin mga kaibigan ang pahayag nitong si Justice Secretary kung paano talaga at kung paano nahuli o kaya ay paano na-trace itong nag-upload ng video ni Bicoy. Pakinggan natin mga kaibigan.
Our consultant Alan P. Carlos and investigation agent Joseph Mendoza. All right, from the NBI. All right, may we have the chief sit beside me here? Chief of the NBI Cybercrime Division, Victor Lorenzo, and NBI agent Francis Senora. Where's Agent Senora? Please have a seat. All right, gentlemen and ladies, we called this meeting or this press conference so that you may be apprised about what's happening in the investigation being conducted by the DOJ and the NBI with respect to the so-called Bicoy videos. And also, if you may have some follow-up questions regarding the joint guidelines on alien work permits that was signed yesterday in San Fernando, Pampanga. Although Undersecretary Mark Perete here has already issued a press statement regarding the joint guidelines yesterday. Kung meron kayong gusto i-clarify, pwede nyo rin itanong ngayong hapon. So let's begin with the investigation on the Bicoy video. So just to be very accurate about what happened, kasi iba-iba yung istorya na nilitaw sa media. Okay, so let me just go over a narrative of what transpired para pare-pareho kayo ng sinasabi sa inyong mga reports. On April 17, 2019, that was Holy Wednesday, I instructed the Department of Justice, Office of Cybercrime, or OOC, and the National Bureau of Investigation Cybercrime Division, or CCD, to initiate a joint investigation in order to uncover the identity of the producers and uploaders of the Ang Totoo Narco List videos, which feature a certain Bicoy, a self-confessed previous drug syndicate member, according to him. Investigation revealed that a recently created YouTube channel with the username Ang Totoong Narco List posted several videos of Bicoy implicating certain members of the first family, including someone of minor age, as members and/or beneficiaries of drug syndicates in the Philippines. Further investigation disclosed that a certain website with domain name metrobalita.com was constantly posting links of the aforesaid Ang Totoong Narco List videos, which allowed the public to have easier access thereto. Using an open source tool, it was found out that the subject website was registered by a certain Rodel Jaime. Other personal circumstances, including his complete mailing address and mobile number, were also discovered. Accordingly, on 29 April 2019, that was last Monday, the NBI CCD filed with the Regional Trial Court, Makati City, Branch 148, an application for warrant to search, seize, and examine computer data pursuant to the rule on cybercrime warrants promulgated by the Supreme Court against Rodel Jaime for cyber libel under the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Judge Andres Soriano, you remember him, the judge in the rebellion case, Trillanes rebellion case, issued the warrant sought for against Rodel Jaime on the same day, April 29. At around 4 o'clock in the morning of 30 April 2019, the NBI CCD agents went to Rodel Jaime's residence and implemented the said warrant. Rodel Jaime was cooperative and surrendered his desktop computer and its peripherals, mobile phone, and internet service provider or ISP billing statements, which are subject of the said warrant. After the implementation of the said warrant, Rodel Jaime voluntarily went to the NBI headquarters with the CCD agents to provide clarification on the issues involving the publication of the Ang Totoo Narco List videos. Pursuant to the same warrant, the NBI Digital Forensic Laboratory conducted a forensic examination of the seized devices. The results showed that Rodel Jaime was indeed the registrant and administrator of the website metrobalita.com. Likewise, it showed that Rodel Jaime published the link of the Ang Totoo Narco List videos on the said website, which facilitated the circulation of the subject videos. Based on the aforesaid forensic report, Rodel Jaime was arrested by the NBI CCD agents who will present him for inquest before the National Prosecution Service of the DOJ. I will leave the determination of the existence of probable cause to the sound judgment of the inquest prosecutor. You may now ask your questions, and our Chief of the Communications Division, Irene, will moderate.
Yes, we have Attorney Mike of ABS-CBN.
Good afternoon.
Attorney Mike.
Exactly, we know the theory behind the arrest, if it was considered a continuing crime, because we understand that while the evidence recovered against him, was he considered to be in the act of committing a crime, considering that what they have is a search warrant and not an arrest warrant?
Of course, we know that there are arrests incidental to a search. All right. So what is issued by the court is a search warrant, but in the course of implementing the search warrant, it is possible that an offense might be discovered, which may be actually continuing, and in that sense, a warrantless arrest can be effected.
So, sir, in this case, is it the cyber libel charge on which the search warrant was promulgated that's considered as
I have not seen the charge. Let's probably ask the NBI if they are at liberty to disclose it at this time. Chief, are you at liberty to disclose a charge at this time?
There will be a follow-up investigation on this matter, sir. And we have already communicated with our legal and evaluation division for the proper charge that we will be filing against Rodel Jaime, sir.
Can we confirm, sir, if cyber libel was included as among the possible charges that's being considered?
Yes, sir. We are considering that.
Further questions, Irene? Please.
Johnson, wala ba from DCM?
Si Rodel Jaime po is not Bigoy.
It seems that we do not have any clear information on that. Rodel Jaime and Bicoy are not necessarily one and the same person. We do not know as of this time the exact identity of the person named as Bicoy.
Question? Anjo from CNN,
Yes, Anjo.
Philippines.
Sir, just to be clear, the one you arrested was not the one who created the YouTube account. He's just the owner of the Metro.com website who just posted the links of the narco list, the totoong narco list.
Sir, we could only confirm that he was the one who created the metrobalita.net.
They're not one and the same. He's not also the one behind the YouTube channel which uploaded the videos.
We are still conducting an investigation as to that aspect, sir.
Johnson?
Sir, pwede ko bang malaman kung yung Rodel Jaime ay sino siya, anong background niya? Meron ba siyang political affiliation?
Maybe you can do your own checking on that. All that we know ay ang kanyang personal circumstances. Now, whether he has any affiliation with any group, I guess you as reporters would have information regarding that. You can check on your own.
It's not part of the investigation, but
We are investigating the possible commission of an offense. We are not delving into any political issues here.
Benji Pulta from the Philippine News Agency.
Sir, how many other people are the investigators looking at? Tsaka yung possible nila, sa ranking nila dito sa liability, if any?
NBI, are you at liberty to disclose that, Chief?
Sir, the investigation is still ongoing, sir.
I'd like to emphasize that investigation is still ongoing. There are other persons of interest to the NBI. Unfortunately, we cannot disclose the nature of this investigation at this time so that the operations can go on unhampered. We just called this meeting or this press con so that you might be clarified about what has happened so far. But we assure you that if more information will surface, then we'll probably call another press conference to divulge more information of public interest.
Mike, please.
Sir, if I can ask.
Yes, Mike.
Sir, may we know what prompted the investigation? Was there a formal complaint that was filed? Was this in reaction to the reaction of Malacanang when the video surfaced? What exactly prompted the investigation that led to the subsequent arrest?
Well, that's a very good question, Mike. You know, Malacanang has absolutely nothing to do with this. This is an initiative taken by the Department of Justice in the light of certain serious allegations issued by an unknown person. So before we even begin to consider investigating the allegations of this unknown person, we thought that it is proper first to find out who this person is and what his background is, so that that could be a good starting point on whether or not we should pursue the allegations that he was making in his Bicoy videos.
Sir, does this leave room for possibility of further investigating the allegations that he's claiming, aside from filing cyber libel charges against him?
You mean his own allegations?
If you're also going to investigate
Of
his
course,
allegations.
of course. But let's determine first whether this person is something that would have some credibility to begin with.
So can you comment right now if he is credible?
No, I wouldn't be in a position to say whether he is credible or not, because the full report of the NBI is yet to be submitted. As I said earlier, further operations are being conducted at this time. Certain other persons may have to be looked into. Any
Any further
questions?
questions? It's Jeff of Manila Bulletin.
Yes, Jeff.
When does the NBI intend to file a complaint against Kay Jaime?
My understanding is the NBI has intended to file a complaint for inquest very soon, but they're currently evaluating the exact charges, the charge or the charges that will have to be included in that inquest complaint.
Rambo Talabong of Rappler.
Hello, Secretary. I just wanted to ask about his arrest. What sets him apart from other people who share the link of the video? Because he just shares it from his own website. What is so special about metrobalita.com or .net?
Well, it appears that he was the one who started all of this by creating the website. All right, behind the subsequent uploading of the Bicoy video. So it's just logical that the NBI start with him.
Basically, sir, sa website niya, unang lumalabas lahat.
To the NBI or Agent Senora can probably answer that question well.
As of now, sir, we are as of now, we are still conducting further evaluation on that matter. As a thorough investigation, we are not solely looking at Metro Balita. Our investigation have catered to several accounts. But as to decide, this was the one yung mga information na available right now for us. But there are continuing investigation being conducted by the NBI.
Follow up?
Yes, follow up po. So, right now, the search and you looking for him is actually prompted by the actual act only of sharing the video? Because it was also shared in many other social media accounts. Even in Facebook po. Like, it was viral. So thousands of shares from thousands of different profiles. So what sets this person aside?
Sir, I will not be discussing the details on how we investigated, sir. But from our point of view, he must have known that those videos were produced and they were just a tool in propagating those videos.
Sir, can I ask one more in relation to that? Sir, how would you, if that is your basis, sir, how would you reconcile this with a Supreme Court decision which upheld the cybercrime law, which declared that the mere sharing of a video, if you are not the one who created and uploaded the video, cannot be considered cyber libel? Would you be able to discuss that and explain that?
Sir, as we have mentioned, we have already elevated the matter with our Legal and Evaluation Division for their evaluation on what proper charges will be filed against the subject, sir.
So there are other charges other than cyber libel? Are there
Sir,
any other charge?
Remember, sir, the Public Act violation of Republic Act 7610, which is violence against children.
Children?
Yes, sir.
How is that involved? Because of Kiki Debete. Okay.
So there is a possibility that the charge would not only be a single charge. Okay, NBI is finalizing these charges. Cyber libel was mentioned, and anti-child violation of the child abuse law insofar as a minor is concerned, and possibly even just possibly even a higher type of offense, depending on further investigation.
So in the case of child abuse, sir, will it require the participation of the family or the victim himself? If they're going to file child abuse, would that necessarily mean Kitty himself or herself will have to file the charge, or the parents of Kitty, for example, on her behalf?
We do not know that as yet, if the family will also participate actively or will initiate a complaint in this regard. Any further questions?
Any more?
Sir, saan lang nakadetain si Jaime?
NBI may answer that question. Where is he, under whose custody is this guy, Rodel Jaime, at the moment?
He's with the NBI, sir.
Ivan Mayrina of
Yeah.
GMA News.
Good afternoon, Secretary. As we speak, no charges have been filed yet, but he's being held. Sa ngayon po, wala pa na-file.
Sir, we are strictly following yung reglementary period, sir. It is still within the reglementary period.
The period for determination of whether arbitrary detention is committed or not, still within the period. So I suppose that the NBI should be able to file something if this is something that is inquestable to begin with.
Further questions?
Right?
Yes, Rambo.
Sorry po. Kasi I just wanted to go back to the basics about what he did. That he shared the video on his own website, but there are also other people who shared it. What makes him special? What are other acts that he did that made you apply for search warrant against him, that made him suspect and stand out as compared to other users in the cyberspace?
Sir, we do not want to discuss the specifics on how we started the investigation because it might compromise further operations pertaining to this.
Not now.
Okay.
Let me just add that certain information or data gathered after the forensic examination of the contents of the laptop or the computer or mobile phone might reveal something a lot deeper than cybercrime. So we'll just wait until more of this information is validated. All right, so addressing your question, that makes this person a little bit more special than the others. All right, so I cannot answer that question this time. It may or it may not have something to do with that alleged outskirts plan. But I'm not confirming that. As the NBI said, it's still under further investigation for now. So this is just the first of our press con on the matter. If there is something a lot more significant than what has been done will arise in the next few days, then we'll probably call another press conference.
Sorry, last. Sir, maybe you have a short background on who this Jaime, Rodel Jaime is. I mean, what is his job? Is he an IT professional? Who is he? Why? What makes him, I mean, who is he? Who is he? Yeah, I mean, just that.
As I said, you can actually, we have already given the name. You can try to find that out yourselves. But NBI,
we just want to make it official. Sir.
Right, NBI, I don't know. NBI, have you gotten anything, more information about this guy than he being a blogger or something?
As to this point, sir, I think we're not yet allowed to disclose anything because, as mentioned earlier, we're still conducting an investigation. Please understand that we're in a position very critical. So, as for now, we have to not to divulge anything which we think is critical to the case, sir.
Sir, kahit edad? Edad. Is he a middle?
Yes, single ba, sir? Single.
Legal age.
Of legal age, maybe I could say that.
Ready? Okay?
One last question, sir, from Johnson.
Sir, para ho dun sa lahat ng nag-share, nag-like, nung original post, anong liability po nila?
OOC, can somebody from the Office of Cybercrime answer that question? Attorney Chet.
Well, as mentioned earlier, no, yung sa pag-share ng videos, if I'm correct in interpreting the decision of the Supreme Court, as discussed earlier by Mike, that mere sharing of the videos is not punishable or would have no criminal liability. But then, of course, we don't want to say that in a straight manner that they don't have any liability, because since it's still a continuing investigation, because who knows, those who might have also shared the videos would have also some sort of a liability, as maybe later on disclosed as per investigation of the FBI agents. So, yeah.
There may be something deeper, you know.
Yeah.
Do you consider this cyber libel offense a continuing crime?
Parang medyo ibang discussion na yan. Has nothing to do. Medyo general na yan.
I'm asking
Pwede natin
Daddy,
pag-usapan
observer
later,
cybercrime.
Mike. Pero wag na dito.
You request a legal opinion, Mike.
Yes, opinion na yan. Legal.
Alright.
Thank you, Mike.
One last na.
Sorry po. So you acknowledge po kanina na it's not really, wala naman talagang liability so far for sharing the video. But is the act of sharing enough to prompt an investigation to apply for a search warrant for possible, as you mentioned, sir, kanina na may possible other crime siya? Kasi hindi pa naman established to, but right now there's a probe into other possible crimes. Would it be enough to use sharing the video as a basis to search or to probe a person?
For now, we're focusing on this guy. We're not done with this guy yet. Okay? And it may turn out after further investigation that some other people, some special people who propagated the video or shared the video in a very vigorous manner may have to be investigated further. Likewise.
One last.
Here's NBI po ba may na-discover na contacts yung suspect natin with those persons behind sa YouTube channel?
Okay. Please remember. Please be informed that again, as the time that we served the search warrant, we already seized some devices. But those devices right now is under forensic examination. And again, we cannot disclose any result thereof because we have to get the proper clearance from our bosses for that.
The Office of Cybercrime of the Department of Justice has gotten in touch with, this was the very first thing that the OOC did, was to get in touch with with Google or with YouTube?
YouTube, Google,
all right,
sir. Yeah.
all right, for the preservation of the data. Okay, so no questions on the joint guidelines. Pretty clear, the joint guidelines. Maliwanag na, that's the purpose of the joint guidelines actually, to make clear kung ano ang delineation of functions ng BI, ng DOLE, ano yung mga areas na po pwede mag-issue ng special work permits. Ang BI, ano ang dapat gawin ng DOLE bago siya mag-issue ng alien employment permits, and so forth and so on. So I guess that's pretty clear in the joint guidelines. So unless you have some things to clarify further.
Deadline
we get a copy of the joint guidelines.
Oh, yeah.
Just the press release.
Okay, sige. Saan? Balik tayo dun sa una.
Hindi yung sa YouTube and Google. May response na sila.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Attorney Chat, would you like to disclose the response of Google Legal?
Yes. We requested Google, which is the owner of YouTube, to preserve the data. And they responded positively. They will preserve the data for a year while we are going through the legal processes here.
Gentlemen, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the NBI Chief,
Deputy
I'm sorry,
Director.
Deputy Director. My error.
The director is outside.
Oh, I see. Deputy Director Guzman. Sorry.
Any further questions, please?
Sir, clarify yung Jaime niya, J-A-Y-M-E?
Yes, sir.
Not I.
Why?
J-A-Y.
Kaya na lang mag-ano. About him.
There's a profile niya sa Twitter, blogger, gamer, licensed amateur radio operator. Twitter.
Anyone can anyone can post something in the internet. It's you all have the freedom to show kung ano yung gusto mong ipakita. But as to that, we are not bordering on that. We are here for the technical aspect of the case.
Will you be checking with the NTC kung may ham radio license na siya?
As of now, I think we don't see that it would be useful for our case. But we are just focusing on the things that would matter for the eventual filing of the case.
Sir, pwede ba sabihin kung saan address exact sinerve yung search warrant?
Are we at liberty to disclose that? Excuse me. Wag muna. Yeah, that may endanger the person. So for his own security, definitely within 50 kilometers radius. Okay, not so far. Not so far. All right. If there are no further questions, thank you very much for coming over.
Oh, yan mga kaibigan, maliwanag na maliwanag yung naging press briefing nitong si Department of Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara. At nais tayong pasalamat sa Rappler at napakinggan at napanood natin itong DOJ press briefing tungkol dito sa pagkakahuli ng uploader ng video nitong si Bicoy. Alright mga kaibigan, mag-commercial break muna tayo. mga kaibigan, ako, wala na tayong oras at anyway, bukas tayo muling magsasama-sama upang pakinggan uli ang iba't ibang mga issue at balita na napakahalaga sa bawat Pilipino. At bago tayo magtapos, nais nating pasalamatan yung aming bagong producer, Mindanao Examiner Regional Newspaper, at yung aming bagong media partner, ang Zamboanga Post. Dyan sa Zamboanga City, of course, yung aming masipag, hardworking na production assistant na si Reynold Ong. At syempre, dun sa advertisers namin, yung First Standard Finance Corporation, kung gusto niyo mangutang, kulang ang pera sa negosyo, maaari kayong mag-loan mga kaibigan sa First Standard Finance Corporation sa Zamboanga City. At kung gusto niyo bumili ng lupa o bahay, o magpatayo ng bahay, bumili ng mga segunda manong kotse, mga brand new cars, First Standard Finance Corporation ang sagot sa inyong problema. Maaari kayong tumawag sa kanilang telepono sa 992-5480 o kaya sa kanilang cellphone sa loan desk ng First Standard Finance Corporation at 0995-520-2358. Ulitin natin, First Standard Finance Corporation sa Zamboanga City. Maaari kayong mag-loan. Tawagan nyo lamang ang numerong ito, 992-5480 sa PLDT at sa Globe 0995-520-2358. At sa ating mga kababayan na nakikinig sa abroad, maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Paki-like and share yung ating Facebook page, yung Radyo Mindanao, and also yung Facebook page ng Mindanao Examiner Regional Newspaper. Hanapin niyo lamang sa Facebook mga kaibigan. Gayon din ang Zamboanga Post. Wala na kaming oras at naubos na. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nakinig sa atin mga kaibigan. Ito po yung bang lingkod hanggang sa susunod na bukas. Alas 5 nagsasabing I love you, Mamwa. Chup chup.